Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at some gear that I've been testing out for a little bit of time now. This is perfect for anybody that carries an EDC bag and wants to organize their gear, especially if you carry a lot of electronic gear. As you guys know, with electronics, you have a lot of other components that come attached to them. So you have chargers, dongles, docks, things like that, that you always have to carry with you, extra batteries, memory cards, things like that. So this line of gear is perfect for all those people that carry all those items. You want to make sure that they're organized, easy to find, and readily accessible. So these are a set of organizers from a company called Uppercase, and I came across them and I reached out to them because I thought the products were really cool, especially because I enjoy watching YouTube videos, especially people that make reviews on like what they carry in their bag and how they carry it and stuff like that. And I noticed that a lot of people, especially in the tech community, photography, video making, things like that, end up having some sort of pouch or organizer or something like that similar to this. But when I started researching those, the prices that they were charging for what it is that you're getting and what you're going to be using it for, because in essence, if you don't use it that often, maybe you go into it once a day or something like that. If you're paying, $40, $50, $60 for something like that, then it's a little difficult, especially if you're, somebody that isn't really actively using it as much. So what I liked about Uppercase was that their prices were pretty economical, but the organizers themselves had a lot of thought process behind them. So I reached out to them, and they were gracious enough to kind of send a couple of them over, because they do have different sizes depending on what it is that you're going to be using it for. So this is the typical box for one of them. So this one, as you guys can see, it says Upper, so the company's called Uppercase, and then right here it says Organizer 7.5. So this is what they would call their medium-sized organizer. And again, it's just a regular cardboard box. I love the bright orange color. It looks really, really cool. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and unbox this one so you guys can see what it looks like, and then I'll show you some other ones and show you guys how I've been using them. So it has a little tab in the back here. You just kind of pop it open, and here it is. Set that to the side. Now it comes in a little plastic bag. Open that up, and here is the organizer itself. Again, I think these are really good, especially if you have a lot of cables, a lot of dongles, memory cards, things like that, that you have maybe thrown inside of a bag, or even at home if you have it like in a drawer or something like that. This is a great way to organize that and always have it readily available and at hand, especially if you're going to carry it in like an EDC bag or something like that, because of the form factor. It's nice and small, nice and compact. So you guys can see it does have a grab handle right here, so if you have it in a backpack, you can reach in, pull it out, and then get to what is what you're going to be using it for. So again, this one is the 7.5 size, so it's the medium size. It comes in this kind of heather gray color, which is really nice also. Again, if it were to be black and you have it inside of a black backpack or something like that, it might get lost in there, but this heather gray color actually sticks out really nice. You do have the embossed logo right here, so UPPR dot, so upper. So I like the fact that it is embossed and it's not going to get snatched or snug up on anything like that. Nothing else on the back, on the bottom, or anything like that. And then you do have the grab handle, as I mentioned, on the top here. You do have some nice box stitching, so if you do pack this down and pull out on it, you're not going to have to worry about that coming loose. Then you have your zipper pull right here, which is really nice. It has like this little rubber portion there that allows you to stick your finger in, and the zippers run really, really nice on the track. And then as you open it up, you have the inside. So the way that this one is designed is you have a mesh pocket right here on the side, so you can see exactly what you have in there. You can easily fit a battery bank, a mouse, or something like that. Really nice in there, right at hand, really accessible. And then you have this little divider that divides both sides. So on this side, you have a couple of elastic loops, and they're actually more like elastic pockets. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more right at the top here. So now these are not pass-through, they're actual pockets. So these are designed for like SD cards, micro SD cards, memory cards, things like that. So you can store them in there. So if you do photography, video, things like that, and you want to find a place to store your memory cards, this is a great place for that, so they're not kind of all jumbled in a pocket or something like that. As you turn this, now you have 2 elastic bands on this side. Now these are bands, so they go all the way through. So these are perfect to route cables in there if you needed to, charging cables or something like that. And then you have an elastic kind of sleeve back in here with the mesh as well. Again, this is perfect for deeper items. So this is the back of the organizer there. So if you have like a larger battery bank, or maybe like a MacBook charger or laptop charger or something like that, something bigger that you would want to put in there. You can also fit like external hard drives, things like that. This is a perfect spot for that. So this one is the 7.5 organizer. And again, this one is in the medium size. So from there, they actually have two more sizes. The smaller size, which is this one here, this is the 5.0. So this is a small little organizer here. And at first I didn't really know what I was going to be using this particular one for. What they have kind of suggested to use it for is for like a charger, like a MacBook charger, fits perfectly in there. So you have the MacBook charger and then you have the cable and stuff like that. So taking that idea, what I've actually used it for, and I'll show you guys in a second, is, you know, this is kind of like a grab and go for me. There's no handle or anything like that, but it is small enough that I can grab it and put it into any bag or even carry it around in my hand if I had to. You do have a little slip pocket right out here, so you can put anything in there. Just remember, whatever you put in there is not going to be secure. So if you want to put like a microfiber cloth or something like that, you can go ahead and put that in there. Again, you have the logo right there, and then the zipper pull. Now this one doesn't have this doesn't have the little plastic one like the medium size did. But again, I think because of the size, you don't really need it. It is a little bit of an oversized zipper pull, which is nice. So you get some good purchase. The zippers run really, really nice on the track there. And as you open it up, basically what I've done this is I have a 10,000 milliamp battery bank in here, and it is a pretty small battery bank, which is really nice, and a lightning cable here. This is a 4-foot lightning cable, just kind of, you know, obviously tucked in there. So you have the little pocket right here. I have that in there, and then I have the battery bank here. And this is my kind of quick grab power solution. So if I don't want to take a larger organizer or a larger bag or something like that, maybe I'm going out to dinner and my phone is running low on power, I can just grab this, take it with me. I don't have to take my backpack or anything like that, and I have a power solution right in there. And I've actually used it a couple of times already, and it comes in handy really, really well, because again, it's really small, it's a nice compact, but it has pretty much everything I need right in there. And as you guys can see, you do have a lot more room. So if you wanted to throw something else in there, like maybe the charger to charge up the battery bank, and then maybe like a power brick or something like that, it'll definitely fit in there. I just figured that these are the two things that I needed, so I didn't want to, you know, get it too too packed or anything like that with anything that I'm not going to use. So again, this one is the small size, the 5.0, and then from there you have the larger size. So this is the large, and this is the 9.0. Again, very similar design. You have that gray look on the color here, which is really nice. The logo right on the side there. And then this one does have the grab handle as well, which is really cool, because again, this one is a little bit larger. And this is the one that I've been using as my main kind of tech pouch to kind of house all my different things that I would normally carry in my EDC backpack. Or my EDC bag of choice, and to have me, you know, either powered up, connected, or anything like that with all the different devices that I might be rotating in and out, or I would normally be carrying in my bag. So this one also has a pocket on the outside here. Again, you have those nice larger zipper pulls, and this pocket actually stretches out, so which is really nice, because if you do want to put a little bit extra bulkier items in there, you can go ahead and do that. I just have a couple of little dividers that come on the inside of the organizer, and then a lock sack. This is a waterproof bag, so if I do need to throw something in there, like my wallet or something like that, that I want to keep dry, or any type of electronic equipment that I want to keep dry that'll fit into that little bag, I have that in there. Those are nice and flat items, so I don't have it bulking out too much. Got nothing else around it, but as you guys can tell, this bag is kind of really, really packed with all the gear that I need, but it still keeps a really nice and thin form factor. It slides really easily into the bag, and I can just reach in, grab that handle, and pull it out. Again, you do have that box stitching, which makes it very, very secure. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what is inside. So you're going to find that it's got a very similar layout to the medium size. So you do have the zippered mesh pocket on this side, and I just have a couple of chargers here, some of the It's like a small little micro USB charger. And then some of the chargers for my flashlights. I do carry an EDC flashlight. And lately they have been O lights, different sizes and stuff like that. So I have the 2 chargers for O lights. And then I have this cable, which I've seen a couple of people have it, and I decided to go ahead and pick one up. This is from a company called Chiffon, and basically it has all the different connection tips that you would need. So it has a USB-A, and then a couple micro USBs, USB-C, and then it has lightning. And I think for the most part it comes in handy, which is really good because it's nice and small, and that way I can charge up a couple of different devices at once and not have to worry about having multiple ports, especially if I only have one outlet or one USB port to be able to do that. So that's what I keep in this little mesh pocket in the front here. Again, the divider here has the elastic pockets that now get formed. So these would be for your micro USB cards, memory cards, things like that. I don't really have those. I have one memory card that goes in my camera and it's always in there. So I've kind of repurposed them to use these little night eyes twist ties. So again, if I come across another cable or something that I want to tie up or something like that, I just have a couple there and a couple of Velcro straps as well to be able to do that. But again, as you guys can see, I have more than enough room to put other things in there if I did need to. I almost wish that these were also the elastic bands, because I think for me it would be a little bit more purposeful to have them be that. But I understand why they did that, because when you flip this to the other side, you do get the elastic bands here. So as opposed to the medium size that just have the 2 bands, obviously because this one is a little bit larger, you get 5 bands. You get 2 larger bands on the top there, and then you get 3 smaller ones on the bottom here. And as you guys can see, I just have a bunch of different cables. So I have a long 6-foot lightning cable. The majority of my devices are Apple devices, so they use the lightning cable. So I have a long 6-foot one, and then I have a shorter 3-foot one. I do have a 3-foot micro USB cord, because I do have other devices like flashlights and stuff like that that do charge up via micro USB. And then I have just the charger for the Apple Watch right there, and I still have a free loop band right up there if I have to go ahead and put something else. Now the area back here, as opposed to the medium size that had that kind of little pouch in there, it's just an open area, but you do get these dividers. So you get this long divider, and then the 2 that you saw on the front cover here also come in. So they give you 3 different dividers, 2 small ones and 1 large. So you can kind of snake this around and set it up the way you would want. So what I have here is I just have this multiple hub here, so I can use it to charge up to different things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USBs, and then 1 type C USB type A, and then 1 type C right on top there. So I just connect this with the power cord right here, and I usually use this when I travel. So if I have to charge up multiple devices for myself, for my family, my kids and stuff like that, this is perfect, because a lot of devices do charge via USB. So I can connect up to 6 different devices here and charge them all at the same time. And these do charge up to 2.4 amps on the USB-A's, and then up to 3 amps on the USB-C, which is pretty quickly. So that's nice. And then I also have a battery bank right in here. I actually have had this one for quite some time. This does have a built-in lightning connector there, so which is really nice. Again, I mentioned that the majority of my products are Apple products, but it comes in handy, and for the most part I just kind of keep it in here. This is not the first one that I will go to, so it keeps the charge really nice. So I'll use this one if my other ones are depleted and stuff like that, but I always like to have this with me, because again, if I do end up just kind of pulling this pouch out and taking it with me either to work or somewhere where I'm going and I'm not taking my full bag, at least I have all the different options and different capabilities that I would need to charge up all my devices. So I like the fact that you can just kind of set this up the way you want it. I just didn't want these two kind of banging to each other, and I think this created a nice little pocket right in there, and then it zips up really, really nice. So as you guys can tell, I have a lot of gear in there, and it still keeps a really nice and thin form factor. So that is the large size, the 9.0, and then looking again, the medium size, the 7.5, and then the small size, the 5. on the organizers from Uppercase. Again, if you guys carry a lot of gear, especially electronics and stuff like that, and you have a lot of cables and dongles and battery banks and batteries, maybe you have drones or you have action cameras, GoPros, things like that, I think having an organizer like this definitely comes in handy to have it all in one place. I'm probably going to be using this medium one to keep it here at home. That way I can organize all my cables, because I'll have a drawer full of cables and they're always getting tangled up and stuff like that. This way I can organize them right in here, have them all at hand, and then just pull the drawer out, pull the organizer out, and go ahead and use it. So I will leave a link to their site below so you guys can check out this gear, these organizers here, and then some of the other gear that Uppercase offers. Maybe you'll pick something up for yourself. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.